Office Hours with IB Series 1, Episode 7. Sell Smarter, Not Harder. Good morning, founders, and welcome to another powerful session of Office Hours with IB. If you're listening to this on your way to work, on the train, in the gym, or during your quiet morning routine, this one is going to shift your perspective on sales forever. Today, we're diving into a topic many founders secretly struggle with: selling. Here's the truth: most people won't admit founders don't fail because their ideas are bad. They fail because they don't know how to sell their ideas. But the good news? Selling isn't about being loud. It's not about being pushy. It's not even about convincing people. Selling is about understanding deeply what someone needs and showing them how you solve their problem better than anyone else. Let me tell you a quick story. When I launched one of my early businesses, I believed the product would sell itself. I had the passion. I had the vision. I had the solution. But passion without strategy is just noise. One day, during yet another slow month, someone asked me a question that changed everything. "Iabo, do you know who your product is actually for?" The truth? I didn't. I was selling to everybody, which means I was selling to nobody. The moment I shifted from selling everywhere to selling with intention, the game changed. I started speaking directly to the people who needed what I created, not the people who might one day be interested. And that's where Sell Smarter, Not Harder begins. The smart selling mindset. Smarter selling means: 1. Sell to the right person, not the closest person. Everyone isn't your customer. Your real power comes from focus. Know your customers' frustrations, dreams, objections, fears, and speak to that. 2. Sell the result, not the product. People don't buy journals. They buy clarity. They buy organization. They buy transformation. People don't buy coaching. They buy confidence. They buy momentum. They buy outcomes. Shift your message from what I offer to who you become after working with me. 3. Sell through storytelling. One of the most effective sales lessons I ever learned came from a book you may know, Building a Story Brand by Donald Miller. He says, people don't buy the best products. They buy the story they understand. That's why brands like Apple, Nike, and Netflix win. They don't bombard you with features. They tell stories you see yourself in. When you master storytelling, selling becomes effortless. A real-life lesson to inspire you. A few months ago, I watched a founder pitch her business to a group of potential investors. She had slides, numbers, traction, everything. But the moment she began telling the story of why she created her product, the entire room leaned in. Investors don't invest in numbers. They invest in belief. They invest in the story behind the numbers. At the end, one investor told her something powerful: "Your data got my attention. Your story got my commitment." That's the energy we're bringing into this episode. How to sell smarter, starting this week. Here's your action plan. Identify your top 3 customer types. Who do you help the most and the best? Write one transformation statement for each. Example: I help overwhelmed founders build clarity and momentum. Share one story this week. It can be from a customer, a conversation, or even your life, but make sure it teaches a lesson. Small, consistent actions build sales mastery. Today's takeaway: selling smarter is not about pressure. It's about positioning. It's about clarity. It's about alignment. When you understand your customer, sales become conversations, not tasks. And conversations build relationships. Relationships build revenue. You don't need to push harder. You need to connect deeper. You are capable. You are prepared. And you can sell in a way that feels authentic, powerful, and aligned with who you are. This is how founders win, not through hustle alone, but through strategy. Thank you for joining. Episode 7 of Office Hours with IB. Welcome to Office Hours with IB, where every setback is a setup for your next success. Subscribe now and join me next Monday, same time, same space, for another powerful session to fuel your week as a founder.